Evening all. Is anybody here for writing today? So I'm going to just put the prompts up on the screen. So the first person in the door can help me get started, and then I hope that we can just continue taking turns, like some kind of relay writing. And we'll do the corrections as well. Let me get my notepad open. Notepad. Yeah, there you are. And then I can be ready to share that too. Relay writing, that's a nice way of calling it. Who's going to come in and do some writing with me? Or just chat? If you haven't prepared, just come in and let's get going. Let's see how it goes. We've got quite a few interesting ways to start, and I think we'll try to make it so that everybody writes a few sentences and then hands the baton down to the next writer and see if we can get the story to continue in a sense, although I'm sure it's going to be a bit crazy. We'll see how it goes. Is there anybody here? I've never known it so quiet. Hello, anybody? Is anybody here? Yes, anybody is here. Great. Hello, Lizeth.
Yeah.
Hello, Seth.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, it was quiet and now everyone's flooding in.
Yeah.
Isn't that
They're
strange?
coming.
Right. I thought I heard
there was something blocking.
familiar sounds
We
just
were
then.
in the next door.
Good.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, everybody, just watch out for your sound. Look after your own microphones, please. Okay, Maxie, see you along in a moment, I hope. So, I'm looking along the line here to see who's here. By the way, the rule is that you must speak. So, if I can't hear you speaking, then I may feel like kicking you out to listen. Don't be offended, but we need to have everybody in the room speaking if possible. Ahmed, Azab, are you here on the mic?
Yes, I'm with you.
Good. And moving along, Francesco Morelli, are you here on the mic? Hi there, Francesco. Hello? Microphone or not? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Just testing
fine.
and saying hi because I need to hear everybody and just testing everybody. So we'll go along the line then. Hamdi, are you there?
Yeah.
Great. Good. And the next one is Juan Martin. Are you there?
Yeah.
Good. And it's a bit of a roll call, isn't it? But never mind. So, Koi, are you there?
Here.
Good. And Lizeth, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Lukash, are you there?
Yeah, hello, Leon.
Hello there. Louis Gonzalez.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. Hello.
Leon?
Hello.
Somebody muted him.
No, he's not muted.
What was?
What happened?
Okay, what happened? Maybe he
No.
keep cut.
Leon,
Sometimes
you there?
no.
Leon, can you-
Sometimes the teachers have a drop off. The other day happened the
Right.
same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
think it's a problem
Yeah.
with his computer.
Yeah, no, but it happened to Ina teacher and to Joel happened the other day that they drop off
Yeah.
and we gotta wait that they come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to waiver for him. So. How, yeah. How your
Okay.
expectancy about the class? Are you? What do you expect of the class? I'm from Argentina, by the way.
You're from Argentina. I'm from Chile.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And you people, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. From Cali?
Shakira's country?
No, from Bogota.
Bogota.
Shakira-
I was gonna
Shakira's
sing you a
country?
song for Caleñas.
Hello, somebody muted me just now. Can we get started now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
was sure
Go on.
somebody muted him. That's what I say.
I think this becomes a shed 12.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay then, so we're going to get started now. So
Okay.
I need Ahmed to get the story started, and then choose one of these creative prompts which will get us going, please, Ahmed. Which one can we try? Or have a quick look and see if one of them takes your fancy, and if maybe the first one about digging in your garden and you find a load of gold. That's quite an interesting start. Or the second one, or the third one. Any of them will do. There's one there about dragons, I see. So have a look down and choose one, please, Ahmed.
Okay.
Number... which one?
You can't choose.
You choose for me.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to have a bit of relay writing. That means that we take turns to write a few lines. And then...
What about number 6?
Number 6, okay, so what I need you to do now then, Ahmed, is cut that... Someone's got some echo here really badly, so keep the echo down if it's you. Just mute yourself a moment. So Ahmed, just cut that into the Verbling chat. And then I want you to write a few more lines to it. So starting off with number 6. Okay,
Like make a paragraph about this.
so we've got, there's a guy sitting on a park bench reading a newspaper. That's a good start, I like that. So now,
Can you give us a link?
link, well, we don't need the link anymore because what we're going to do now is go to my screen share, just a second here, and I'm going to be working on Notepad now. And so, Ahmed, just keep thinking, keep writing, and then I'm going to get your words from you in a moment. Now, I'm going to share my screen a different way. So here we go. I'm going to share the other one, which is the Notepad. Can you see it now?
Can you zoom it, please?
Can I? What?
Zoom it.
Summit?
Yeah, to zoom.
Summit? Where? What do you mean summit?
Zoom. And Verbling chat. Zoom. Zoom.
Zoom it. Zoom. Zoom.
Zoom.
Okay.
Zoom.
I can post it into the Verbling chat, but can everybody see it? It says there, relay writing. There's a guy sitting on a park bench reading a newspaper. Okay. Can you see that? Right. So now, Ahmed, what I'd like you to do is just add a few lines in the Verbling chat, please. Anybody
Okay,
can if you
I'm
can't
just,
do it.
I'm just improvising. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's what we want. Improvising. Improvisation's good.
Okay.
So, and then everybody else can be thinking about it because we're going to all add a few lines. In fact, let's go this way. If I see something good in the Verbling chat, then I shall pounce on it. So, Verbling chat is the driving engine, and it goes into the notepad, and then we correct it and make the final thing. So,
Leon, may I ask a question, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What is suppose we have to do? We have to continue the story, or
Yeah, that's it. Just keep the story going. So we've started the story. There's a guy sitting on a park bench reading a newspaper. And now I want to see in the Verbling chat the next part. And I'm going to choose something that I see in the chat.
Yeah, we have to make up a story. So.
Yeah, okay, we'll go this way. Everybody can do it. Anybody. And whichever one I see in the chat which looks good. And suddenly, well, that's
any
not many
guide
words,
about
is it,
verb
Mark?
tenses? No.
That's not
no guide.
A lot of words there, but that'll do. So let's
Total
put
free.
that in. And suddenly, okay, there's a guy sitting on a park bench reading a newspaper, and suddenly, I think Obergoods is good as well, but I need to fix it somehow, don't I? Because it doesn't join now. Because, you know, it doesn't quite join at the moment because we've changed something. So there's a guy sitting on a park bench reading a newspaper, and suddenly, and then, so I need to take out and then.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a girl asks.
And suddenly a girl asked him a question. Now have we changed the tense? There's a guy sitting on. We're in the present continuous, aren't we? And then we need to keep the tense flowing along. I think there. Okay. Good one.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay.
And so, and the girl asks him a question.
Yeah. And then.
Koi is a question there. But have you seen the dragon? We're back on dragons again, aren't we? All right, let's put that one in. And asks him a question. Now let's put that in quotation marks. Right, so there we are. Have you seen the dragon? Obergood, you say, but he noticed that she was nervous. Not quite correct, is it? So can we correct that, please?
Please.
Please, please. But he noticed. But he noticed. That's not quite right.
That's where they don't exist.
There might be a space in a minute, Gary, because I know you're a speaker, and I don't think everybody in this room is a speaker. Almost everybody, but I haven't heard Safe speak yet. He's hiding away without speaking. Saif, I'm counting you out now. Can you say hello?
Hello.
Good,
Hello.
You're in. You
Hello.
just rescued yourself there, because I was about to boot you out for sleeping. Okay, so Gary, you'll have to wait a moment then. So let's see. I'm looking for the next line. But he noticed. That's not good grammar, so I'm not going to count that one. But he notices. He, she notices or noticed. So I'm not having that one. I need only correct ones go in. Can you tell me, is there a blank around here? That's Gary. All the newspapers are talking about that. That's good. That's correct. Whoa. The text is rolling along faster than I can even collect it. So that's a good sentence, I think. All the newspapers are talking about that.
Okay, may I just made some lines. If
Have
I
you?
can.
Yeah, let's see your lines then. Let's see what you've done. Maybe it goes back at the beginning though. Maybe it does. But let's see what you've done. Post them in the Verbling chat then.
Could I keep up for this line?
Yeah, just add anything you like in the text. But I say Mikano here wrote this, but But where's Ahmed's?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's me. Ahmed is
That is
Meccano.
that
The
is
same
Meccano.
person.
Okay, that's you. That's great. So let's read it and see if it's good. So, well, you know, we've got to start with a capital I. I was looking for a free bench to have my lunch, but unfortunately, capital I didn't. I didn't what? But unfortunately,
I didn't find.
Yeah, you've got to say that. I didn't find it. Find one.
I didn't find somewhere to sit.
I didn't find anywhere to sit. Okay, I didn't in negative anywhere. I didn't find anywhere to sit.
Okay.
Because negatives go anywhere. But there was a guy reading a newspaper. Capital letters at the beginning of sentences, though, Ahmed.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, all right.
But I was writing in Speedway, but
yeah,
okay,
I'm just mentioning it. Just mentioning it. That's all.
Okay.
He offered me to. I know on Facebook and things like that you can do it that way all the time, and there's no problem. But you should try. He offered me to share with him the bench, and then talkings begins. Now, Ahmed, let's look at this one a bit longer, because this sentence is quite interesting. I don't like it particularly. He offered me to share with him the bench, and then talking begins. So he offered me, began. Okay, let's change that. But he offered me to share. I don't like that. He offered me to share. Now let's look at this verb to offer something, and what's the correct form of it? How do we say he offered? He offered me. He offered me something, so I can say he offered me a donut. He offered me a hamburger, but he offered me, and a verb, it needs to change round. He offered to share the bench with him. He offered to share. So when it's a verb, we don't want to. He offered me to share. He offered to share the bench.
To share with him.
With me. With him. That's better because he offered me something. He offered to share something with me. Okay. So what's next then? Has anybody got the next bit yet?
And then
so let's think about another piece.
I have one. Did you saw the news in Russia?
Now after the auxiliary did you saw? Is that right? Did you saw?
Yeah.
No. Did you? Did is auxiliary. Did you? Present simple. Did you see?
Okay. Did you see? Yeah, right.
Yeah. So what was?
Thank you.
And I'm not going to write it for you, so you have to write it in the Verbling chat too.
Okay.
So.
I wrote.
Okay. Brum. Yeah. Did you see? Did you go? Did you do everything? Did. Present simple. Did you see the news in Russia? Now, you know that's also not good because of another reason. Because when you ask questions like this, if you use the past simple, let's have a look at this. Can anyone tell me what's wrong with using the past simple in this question? If I put it right like this, capital D, question mark. Did you see the news in Russia? Well, it could be not the best way. We use the past simple if we're speaking about a definite past event, the news. But if we don't know anything about...
Have you heard?
That's right. We use the present perfect for a question.
Have you seen?
Have you seen the news in Russia? Because we don't know if they might not have even heard of it. They might not have seen it at all. So past simple, if it relates to... We were watching it. Did you see it? Yeah. But have you seen is better here. So let's change that. Have you seen?
Have you seen?
Have you seen the news in Russia? Yeah, that's better. So that goes on.
Okay, thank you.
Now, who's going to add something more? Actually, authorities suspect that comes a herd of from the nowhere. They said that suspicious activities are on the way there. You're trying hard, so let's have a go at this one. Let's take this and see if it does it make sense. Let's see. Does it make sense? What have we got here? Actually, authorities suspect that comes a herd from the nowhere. I'm starting to get a bit lost there. Comes a herd from the nowhere. So, Koi, can you help me there, please?
Actually, I think that the actual authorities suspect that a herd had came. I don't know how to say that.
A herd has come. Maybe that's okay.
Has come. Okay.
Has come from, but from the nowhere. Look at this word, the. It's a bit strange. Let's take it away.
Okay.
Come from nowhere. Come from out of the blue, you know. But a herd has come from nowhere. They said that suspicious activities are on the way there. That's a bit strange because how can, if they're on the way, how do we know they're suspicious? Suspicious things must have happened, mustn't they?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy, too crazy. So they said that they had seen some suspicious activities, but if they're on the way, strange things can be on the way. Strange things can be on the way, but suspicious things can't be, because if something is suspicious, somebody must be looking at it saying, hey, that's suspicious.
Okay.
Like cheating?
So it can't be on the way. So we could say suspicious activities, they're good.
They were
taken place. Something like that.
Have taken place.
Because I like to keep the suspicious activities, so we'll make them so that they've already happened. Okay, good.
Right.
Great work. So now we need to go on. Nothing coming yet. Nothing is in the Verbling chat, so...
Can we say that they said that suspicious activities had been taking place?
Have been taking place, yeah. That's okay as well. So we could have said have been taking place. Yeah, that works. But suspicious activities must have happened. Otherwise, they can't be suspicious. Okay.
I used on the way, but maybe I don't know the real meaning. On the way, it's to happen.
On the way means that they're going to happen.
It's going to happen. Okay, right.
Yeah. So that's why it doesn't go with suspicious activities. Because it. Yeah, okay. Do you remember that man in the cafe? Now, police is persecute him for committing a murder. Okay, that's nearly good, but not quite. So let's have a look at that. We're breaking a little bit there, but let's see. Do you remember that man in the cafe? Now, police is persecute him. If we use is, we need to change something here. So that was Lizeth. So Lizeth, are you on the mic, Lizeth?
Yes, I'm here.
Right, so read it for me, please, and from your sentence there.
Do you remember that man in the cafe?
Cafe,
No.
yeah. Now?
Now police persecute him for committing a murder.
Right, can you see my problem? It goes about here. This is the problem. Is persecute.
Persecute. Maybe with ing?
Yeah, because if we've got a B word, is, but then police are, maybe, persecuting. That's better. That's better now. So let's. Police are persecuting him for committing a murder. But is persecuting what happens to you if you commit a murder? Well, you know, persecution is people doing something really bad to you. But police don't do that, do they? I think you need another verb here.
Police are persecuting him.
Yeah, they prosecute people, don't they? So persecute, I think, goes away in the bin, because we persecute. Who persecutes people? You know, people like in the war, criminals in war crimes are persecution, and persecution of minority groups, persecution, but the police, I hope, don't do that. They prosecute.
Persecute, it's about religion or political beliefs.
Yeah, prosecuting is better, yeah.
Maybe
So-
in a manifestation.
What's that about manifestation?
Civil rights.
Civil rights, yeah. If there's a minority group, they can be persecuted sometimes, picked on, and for maybe not a good reason. But maybe you did mean that. Maybe you did mean that, Lizeth.
For example,
Chasing is another thing. So pursuing, chasing, prosecuting. So pick your verb. Which verb, Lizeth?
Prosecuting.
Prosecuting. Yeah, that's taking them to court, maybe.
Please, may I have a question?
Ahmed?
What is the difference between the persecuting and racism?
Persecuting and criticism? Well, criticism is very mild. You know, I might criticize your English.
Racism, not criticism, not criticism. I said racism.
Racism? Well,
Yeah.
racism doesn't have to be pure persecution. Persecution is something really that you can be racist, and you can show racism by language and some things like that, which are not really persecuting. So if you persecute, it's stronger, it's more physical, more damaging to them directly, and it's more a group action maybe, rather than an individual. So racism can be just remarks, racial remarks, but persecution can't be remarks. Persecution is something like walking down the street with petrol bombs and throwing them through the people's windows and this kind of thing, or being very unfair to them. So there is a difference.
Leon, can we say, for example, police are trying to chase him because he's committed a murder?
Police are trying to what? Sorry, you're a bit quiet.
To chase him.
Police
Chase him.
Chase him?
Chase him. Yes.
Chase? Well, chase is a simple verb we could use. But, you know, chase is a very physical action. If you chase somebody, then you're really running down the road.
Oh, okay.
But if the police are after you, you know, following inquiries, they're doing things to try and catch you, but they're not actually running down the road. They're on the computer half the time. Then they're not chasing you. What are they doing? There's another word that newspapers always use. The police are following up or investigating or pursuing.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're chasing somebody, you're really running down the road after them.
Okay, because the Longman Dictionary has an example and says the police chased the suspect along Severn Avenue, for example.
Yeah, but they're really running down the road, yes.
Yeah.
So let's go on now. Let's see if we can find the next part of the story. Next Monday, the murder will be taken to authorities. Now, the word authorities is quite an interesting word here, because we ought to do something with that. First of all, I'll put my capital N in, and you know, days also have capitals. Next Monday, the murder will be taken. The murder will be taken. Did you mean the murder, Obergod? Obergod?
Yeah.
The murder. How can we take a murder anywhere? A murder is an event that happened. It's like
how you say
taking a wedding somewhere. You can't take a wedding anywhere, can you? So you don't mean a murder, do you? What do you mean then, Obergod?
Well, let me see. Let me introduce the word that I was trying to. Murderer.
The murderer, yes. Next Monday, the murderer will be taken to authorities.
Yeah.
Now, let's have a look at this word, authorities. It seems to have something missing. when you hear this word in the news, well, it wants the. Why does it want the? Because it always has a the. Because the authorities, it's a kind of vague idea. The authorities, you know, those people, they. So the authorities is always the authorities to procedure with the judgment. Now, I don't like this word. It seems to be in the wrong form. Procedure is a noun, and what's this noun doing after to?
It turns to a verb.
We need a verb, don't we?
Proceed.
Yeah. Sorry to
proceed.
Proceed.
Is that the right spelling?
Proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. To proceed.
Yeah.
Proceed with.
We need a verb there, don't we? That's right. So that's good now. It's all good now. So that was Obergoods, and the next one we've got Koi here. Let's have a look.
I'm trying perfect tenses.
It's looking good, actually. So let's see if you're using the right tenses. Before, well, we know what we said about authorities. Before the authorities have perceived that strange... Well, if you've got a plural, activities here is a plural, why have you got a singular that?
Where's the single?
Those.
Yeah, you want a plural for activities, those strange activities.
Yes.
Some turtles had disappeared from the zoo. Hey, this is getting good. I like it, though. It's creative, isn't it? And now these dragons are flying over our heads. These, maybe. This. Yeah, you've done it twice. Same mistake. So we want these dragons, those strange activities. Good. That's correct now.
About the verbs are okay, the tenses.
They look good. Let's see. Before the authorities have perceived. That's before the authorities have perceived those. That should that be had there? Should that be had?
Those dragons.
Have. Let's see. Have. I'll try and understand. Have perceived before the authorities have perceived. So it hasn't happened yet. If I say before the authorities have done something,
maybe had perceived.
It hasn't happened yet. So I think we want had. Then it has happened. Yes, because you've got a had back here, and now these dragons are flying over our heads. So then, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
Okay,
so
the had disappear is okay before it comes before the had perceived. But the had perceived, I really don't know if it's have or had.
Well, if you say have, if you say before something have done something, then it hasn't happened yet. Look, if I say before I have eaten, then I haven't done it yet, have I? Before I have eaten, I will do this. Then I will eat. So, if I say before I have eaten.
Before I have eaten, I had drink. I have drink.
No, before I had eaten. Before I had eaten. Before I ate. Actually, you would use the past simple. Before I ate something, I had. When you use the past perfect, you don't double it. You use the past perfect with the past simple usually. So by the time the concert, but how does it go? By the time I arrived, the concert had already started. So past simple usually joins with the past perfect.
Okay, I had used the past, the present perfect, and after that the past perfect. But okay, well, I'm just trying things.
Let's have a look at it. So it's not too good because we've got the past perfect twice. Before the authorities had perceived those strange activities, some turtles had disappeared from the zoo. It's a little bit complicated to use the past perfect twice because past perfect is a step back from a past time. So you've done that twice.
It was not true past perfect. It was before the authorities have perceived. Have.
Yeah, but if you say that though, if you say before the authorities have perceived, then it hasn't happened yet. If you say before I have thought about it hasn't happened yet. So the whole thing is a little bit of a problem. So I think we need to look at it now a bit more closely. Let's see if we can get rid of, eliminate one of those past perfects and use a past simple. So
okay. Before the authorities perceived.
So we want, which one of them are you going to put into the past simple? The first or which one? I think the second one could be in the past simple. The authorities, the authorities had perceived these
Had been
strange
disappearing? Some turtles had been disappearing? No.
I don't know, around the time when some turtles disappeared.
Oh, okay.
The thing to think about here is that the past perfect works with the past simple. So look, if we've got something like two events, A and then B, going into the future like this. So I got up and I ate my breakfast. Now I'm going to say it the other way round. I had already, surprise, surprise, already got up when I ate my breakfast. Of course we have, because we don't eat breakfast in bed, do we? Some people do.
Around the time means at the same time?
About that time, yeah. About that time. But we use the past perfect when we have a past simple reference time.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's move all that away. So let's go ahead now. Let's see if we can move on. Well, Aya, you know what you can do? Ask me questions, that's one thing you can do. Try to write some sentences, you can try that too. Another thing you can do is watch the video afterwards and then ask more questions on the Facebook group. So, Lizette, yeah, what was the question there, sorry?
If I say, and now dragons are flying over our heads to raise these, can I say that? Now dragons are flying over our heads.
To raise, what did you to raise?
To erase, yeah.
To erase, or raise. What did you say?
No. It's and now these dragons, and I can say, and now dragons to raise the word these.
Oh, to emit, and now dragons are flying. Yeah, you can. There's no problem there. That's good.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Sometimes you can remove words.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Aya, well, I'll try and speak to you sometime when it's not so hectic. It's a bit hectic at the moment, everyone's speaking, but it's good fun. So we'll speak to you another time, I hope. But you're free to speak anytime. Let's have a look at, whose is this one? I can't remember now. This one is, again, Lizette's, again. So, after a large investigation, that's interesting because the word large doesn't always go with investigation, does it? I'd like to change that word because...
Another collocation.
Yeah, we don't usually collocate a large investigation. So think about newspapers and articles, investigation. What word might go there? After a large... After thorough. Thorough is one. Thorough investigation, maybe. So I think large is a bit strange with investigation. Thorough, extensive. These kind of words are used with investigation.
Deep, no.
Deep, not so much, no. But deep, a deep investigation is better than large, though. But a thorough investigation, yeah, it's good. The authorities concluded.
After an extensive or a thought.
Yeah, a thorough. We'll say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a better collocation. That's a good point. The authorities concluded that, in fact, those were the giant turtles from the Darwin's Museum. Now, the Darwin's Museum, that doesn't ring bells with me. So let's change that noun phrase from the Darwin's Museum. You know, we don't say the plus a possessive, do we? I don't say the Leon's book or the John's book. So we take away, we can say Darwin's Museum or the Darwin Museum. But so we can say the Darwin Museum, that's one way we can say it. Or we can say Darwin's Museum. We can't do it both ways.
Erasing the article.
That had been stolen 2 months ago. Okay, that's good now. That's good. So just two little things there that I wanted to change.
Okay.
And I'm looking in the Verbling chat. Enormous instead of large. Well, you know, with investigations, you don't really use these words enormous or large. We use
enormous. We use that with money or yeah,
an enormous building, an enormous debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or enormous effort.
An enormous effort. Yeah, that's better. But investigation doesn't really go with large, so we changed it to a thorough investigation. So let's move on and give me more, please. I'm going to add something from Ayers to the story, but it doesn't look right. It seems to lack continuity. So when the class is not full, I can join, right? No, that's going. Okay. I prefer question tags, can I? Or something like this, or shall I, or something at the end. Anyway, are you all busy writing?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to figure out maybe like making a speech.
Yeah? Well, I'm going to put Lizeth's in again then. She's writing a solo here. Solo writer here. So, the citizens were pretty scared, so that they abandoned the country. Now, there's a word here which doesn't belong in this sentence, Lizeth. Read it for me.
The citizens were pretty scared, so that they abandoned the country.
I could say the citizens were so scared that they abandoned the country. But why? The citizens were pretty scared, so that is like a reason. So that, yeah. What do you think of your sentence? Can you see a problem in there, Lizeth?
Maybe abandon.
I can fix it by removing one word.
That's why they abandoned the city.
This word "that" breaks the sentence.
So they abandoned the city.
I do this so that I can do that.
Yeah.
But the citizens didn't do anything so that the citizens were scared, so they abandoned the country.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Russian investigators have been called since the same thing happened 2 months ago in Moscow. That's good, so I'll put that in, moving straight on, because that's actually good, a nice sentence, that one. So, where is it? Russian investigator, well, apart from the spelling, Russian investigators have been called since the same thing happened 2 months ago in Moscow. Good. I'll keep that one. That's good. And I'm looking for the next lines. In the near future, they suspect that... Corey, can you read it instead of me, please?
In the near future, they suspect that those turtles are going to fly. But before that turtles would have sorry. But before that,
Before those turtles.
But before that, no. But before that, comma.
Before that.
Comma. Those turtles would have to hibernate for about a century. Comma.
Are you from Holland?
No. Me?
Yes.
No, I'm from Brazil.
Oh, that's interesting. You don't have a Brazilian English accent. You have a kind of Dutch English accent.
Maybe a Brazilian accent.
Wow. Okay. So. All right. Well. Anyway, that's good. So, in the near future, they suspect that those turtles are going to fly, but before that, those turtles would have to hibernate for about a century, and dragons came here. It's going well though. Came here to have food to the turtles. What's this? To have food to the turtles?
They came here to get the food to feed the turtle.
You mean to eat the turtles or to get food for the turtles?
Get food for the turtles.
So let's change 2 to 4.
Okay.
And to have to get, I think, maybe. Or bring.
Yes,
okay.
Right, that's good. So that's nice work. And very creative, and it's great. A nice one.
I try to use future perfect now. I'm really trying this.
Yeah, you're really trying. You're creatively and in terms of your tenses. So that's in the near future. They suspect that those turtles are going to fly, but before that, those turtles would have to hibernate for about a century. And dragons. But is that came correct? Is that now going back into the past, or should it become? Is this something that would have to happen as well? Because we would have to. We've got would have to. Yeah. There. Would have to is looking into the future. So we're going into the future here. And then we've got something there. Hibernate for about a century. And then we've got the and. So this is still in the future, I think. Or is it a different and? Is it back in the past?
Yeah, back in the past.
And came here. Okay.
And we'll have to.
Then I think we have to be careful with this and, because when we have a conjunction like an and, our mind makes us stay with it, and so you can break it a little bit. And one way to break it would be, and they actually something like this. This is how speakers would break it, and they actually and the dragons. And the dragons, we can do it by repeating as well. Came here, then it makes a break, and we can see that it's back in the past. To bring food for the turtles, that's good now. It makes it easier to listen to and understand. But the first time round, the and joins things together, and you balance it in your mind, and you think future, future. Okay. So now the government. What's a government? Is it a government?
Leon, I have a question. Can we say in the near future they suspect that those turtles will fly?
Yeah, there's quite often there isn't any difference between going to and will. There is a difference sometimes.
You don't have evidence.
Well, in a way, I prefer will here. But they suspect they are going to fly. I don't think it's wrong to say, people sometimes want to be too strict about when we use going to, when we use will, and we use going to if we've got a plan. If I haven't written it in my diary, we can't say it. But I think it's okay, actually. It's not too bad. So I'm looking for the next lines here. So I've missed some from... Let's take. Oh, it's going fast now. I need to. The problem with this chat is that you can't fix it, and it scrolls up and you've lost it. Let's try this one, and then we'll catch the next bit as well. Experts think that in fact those changes are going to affect the human being life. that noun phrase is sticking out to me like a sore thumb. I think this is like a sore thumb, it's sticking out. So I need to change it. Since it's pretty probably that the ecosystem change, not only in terms of shape, but whether to, well, you need to come back on the mic, Lizeth, because you need to fix up a few things with me here.
Okay.
And then I've got, but before I lose it, I'm going to catch this one as well. So can you read it for me, please, Lizeth?
Experts think that in fact those changes are going to affect the human being life, since it's pretty probably that the ecosystem change not only in terms of shape but weather too.
Okay, it's pretty something. It's pretty. Now you want to modify an adjective, I think. Probably is another adverb. So it's pretty. Is it probably? It's pretty probably. What's that going to change to?
Probable.
Yeah, that's right. So it's pretty probable. But it still doesn't really collocate very well. So you know, my opinion is. Whoops, just a moment. What did I do there? Went down a page somehow. Didn't I? Hold on. There we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Leon. I'm sorry, I will have to go. Thank you very much for your class.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah. See you. Thanks.
Bye.
And come again. Come again. So, pretty probable. Let's have a look at that. Pretty probable. Probable. Well, you hear people say it's pretty likely. They say that, and they say it's probable. It's pretty likely. It's pretty probable. Okay, I'll let you in with pretty probable, but it collocates a little bit strangely for me. That the ecosystem change, but hang on, there's a big problem with this, isn't there? The human being life. Doesn't that sound a bit strange? The human being life. I would change that. How would I change that? The human being life.
Yes, human life.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to change it to. Just human life. That's all we want. Human life. So that isn't so good there.
Okay.
So human life, since it's pretty likely, maybe, that the ecosystem change. Not only the ecosystem is. Are you speaking about the future here? It's pretty likely that the ecosystem change. When I read that, I'm looking back. I need another word to make me look forward.
Will change?
Yeah, that makes me look forward. Will change not only in term.
In terms.
In term? Yeah, okay. In terms of shape, but weather too. You know, I think when you say in terms of, and not only, especially with this not only, you need to fill it in a bit more. Not only this, but that.
Also. But also.
Yeah, but not only in terms of, because of this in terms of shape, but also in weather too. You need something added in, because not only this but that is okay, but not only in terms of shape, but also it's really in terms of weather too. So you need at least also in there. Maybe that can come out the in, but also weather too. Maybe the two is a bit strange, isn't it? Because we've got an also, so let's get rid of that as well. Science police is that science police? Science police?
Are?
Yeah, definitely are. Science police are currently investigating the relation with the horse meat. Is that meat?
Yeah, it's meat Okay, sorry.
and are worried about dragon meat appearing in spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, that's not how you spell bolognese, is it? But something near like that. So, science police are currently investigating the relation with. The relation. You know, when I speak about relation, we can have with, but is this relation with good? Let's have a look.
Relationship, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking about this because I'm losing it a little bit. The relationship between, a relation with. So I'm not really sure what we've got here. Maybe we want to use something like. I have to get your meaning. If I don't catch your meaning, then I get lost. So I'm not quite sure. So can we think about this?
I want to say that there is a problem with horse meat appearing in food, and science police think that maybe there is a connection between these two things.
Yeah, I think we would say relationship between then. The horse meat issue and then what else? And dragon meat maybe, I don't know. Something else needs to be there. And then maybe start a new sentence.
Okay.
Then it makes a bit more sense.
Okay.
That looks good now. Yeah. Hey, it's gone very calm.
Yeah.
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 Maybe we're all suffering from food poisoning now.
Yeah.
So is that the end of the story and we all died happily ever after?
Happy ending.
Yeah. Well, what can we say about that then? So, I don't know how much we learnt. Just practiced, I suppose, really. Just practiced. So, that looks like a good place to finish then. Now, don't forget to, if you can, you can join the group that I've got and make some suggestions, because Firkin suggested this activity and it works quite well. It's good fun, I think. Who likes this activity? So kind of okay. Has anyone got some good ideas about what they would like to do on Verbling?
This is a very interactive activity. I enjoy because of that, and we can explore many things. It's an open class, and you.
Yeah, I like interactive activities too. And sometimes the problem is passing the ball. You know, sometimes one person comes on for a long time and it's difficult to share everything out to a lot of people, especially when people are coming and going. And this one works quite well because people come and people do things and everyone can get a chance, I hope, sometimes. That's a problem sometimes. But if you've got any particular ideas, I'd like to hear from you. So you can write them down on Facebook. If you click on my Facebook page and just write them in there, or just tell me about them. And that's great. Okay. So here it's about 11 p.m. What's the time where you are?
Here in Brazil is 8 p.m.
Yeah, you know, one thing that surprised me about Brazil, but then I looked at the map and I thought, hey, yeah, of course. Brazil sticks out a long way east, much further than most people realise. The difference in time between Brazil, maybe Rio, and London is only a few hours, 3 hours. But the difference between London and Los Angeles is far greater. So actually,
Los Angeles in the west coast of the United States.
Yeah, and you're almost in London, which is very surprising.
Yeah.
Because you stick out a long way, don't you? You come right over.
Teacher,
Yeah.
teacher,
Yes?
could you give us the link of your Facebook?
Yeah, I will. Just a moment. I have to find it. So I have to
Oh.
go to Facebook, and I've made a page there, which is Verbling Students, and that's the way I'm doing it at the moment. And if you join there and just write things in there, I'll see if I can do some of the good ideas. So here it is. It's a group page.
Thank you, teacher.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and I hope to see you all again. So we'll close the
Thank
doors
you.
now. Take care. See you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, teacher.